Welcome in to the St. Louis Cardinals weekly recap here on 102.1 The One. Always the sure bet. The second half of the Major League Baseball season is upon us. The St. Louis Cardinals finish up half number one with a record of 50-45, exceeding expectations, 5 games above 500, 95 games into the year. And now we're ready to begin half number 2. I'm your host, Maddux Radosevic, and here on this show every Saturday, we talk about what's going on with the Redbirds here this week. That means discussing a lot of All-Star festivities, the All-Star game itself, and talk about exceeding expectations. Jordan Walker winning the home run derby in Philadelphia in a hostile environment against one of the best hitters on the planet in Kyle Schwarber. We've also got 2 Cardinals games to talk about from before the All-Star break to wrap up the first half, those both against the Atlanta Braves. Games 2 and 3 of that set at Busch Stadium. Beginning with Saturday, July 11th, game 2 of the set. The Cardinals won on Friday to take game 1, looking to take the series in game 2 on Saturday with a couple of southpaws on the mound. Matthew Liberatore for the Redbirds and Reynaldo Lopez for the Braves, who going into this game had never lost to St. Louis in his career. Lots at stake in this one. The Cardinals were also trying to win the season series against the Braves with just one more victory. Let's throw it over to the voice of the Cardinals, John Rooney, for the first score of Game 2, a 3-run blast from left fielder Lars Nootbaar.
Lopez with the pitch. A swing, and there's a high fly ball. That's hit to deep right. It's a gunner for Nootbaar. He blessed that ball over the Cardinal bullpen. 3-0 Cardinals in the first inning.
Nootbaar's first inning 3-run blast was his 3rd home run of the year. As a reminder, he did begin the campaign on the injured list. He knocked in All-Stars Ivan Herrera and Jordan Walker with that shot from the first on Saturday. Those two both reached on singles earlier in the inning. Nootbaar ultimately delivered with the 2-out, 3-run home run. Moving forward to the bottom of the second, the Cardinals kept the offensive effort going in a strong way as designated hitter Brian Torres launched this leadoff trip.
Unpredictable yesterday.
There's a swing and a drive to right field. White is chasing it. He dives and can't get it. The ball gets by him and goes to the corner. Torres is going to have a triple. And that's his second triple in the big leagues.
Torres eventually got stranded on third, leaving the score 3-0 St. Louis. But then 2 innings later, let the youth movement continue. Third baseman and fellow rookie Blaze Jordan knocks in Nootbaar with a single after Lars reached on a walk to begin bottom 4.
The 2-2 pitch is hit up the middle, base hit for Jordan. Rounding third base is Nootbaar. And there's no play at the plate. He scores. And it's 4-0 Cardinals.
Fast forward to top 6. Cardinals still ahead 4-0. Matthew Liberatore still on the mound, still dealing a shutout, but the Braves start to make some noise with their bats. Center fielder Michael Harris II kicks things off in top 6 with a single. 2 batters later, first baseman Matt Olson gets a single. First and third, just 1 out. And then the 2025 National League Rookie of the Year, Drake Baldwin, the Missouri State man himself, steps up to the dish. Who wins this big-time battle? Listen in.
Great night to be outside. There's a ground ball to Weatherhold. Over the second for 1. Can they get 2? Yes, they do. Weatherhold to win. To Burleson.
Win is something else on a double play turn.
And a good play by Burley to make sure he took it out of the dirt.
Not an easy pick.
Evading that jam allowed Liberatore to finish his day with 6 scoreless innings with 6 strikeouts. But then the very next inning, the very first pitch thrown by the next man up for the Cardinals out on the mound, Luis Gastelum, ends up in the seats to put Atlanta on the board.
First pitch is hit high and deep to left field, and that is gone. First pitch he throws is hit into the bullpen and left. A leadoff home run for Mauricio Dubon, and it's now 4-1.
Fortunately for the Cardinals, Dubon's 401-foot happy parabola was the only run of the day for the Braves. The Cardinals sealed the deal 4-1 with one final out from closer Riley O'Brien to finish it off.
Riley O'Brien kicks, he deals. Strike 3 call for a Redbird winner. Light it up in downtown St. Louis as the Cardinals beat the Atlanta Braves by a score of 4-1, and they've won the first two games against Atlanta, winning this series, leading to the All-Star break.
With this victory, the Cardinals earned the series win over the Braves with win 2 out of 2 in the set. They also won the season series over Atlanta and earned win number 50. Here's Matthew Liberatore to talk about his 6 shutout innings and his command during that outing.
Yeah, spin was definitely good tonight. Felt like fastball command was pretty good tonight too. When I did go to it, just overall felt like I commanded the baseball pretty well tonight.
Want to hear more about Matthew Liberatore in his command? You should download the 102.1 The One mobile app, 102.1 The One, your home of the St. Louis Cardinals. It's summertime. You might be out at the lake. You might be having a picnic outside enjoying the nice weather. Well, guess what? You might be away from your radio, and that's where the One mobile app comes in handy. That's how you can listen to every single St. Louis Cardinals game when you're not even by your own radio. You can also check out the starting lineup with Ned Reynolds, Scott Purrier, and Art Haynes. Enter some contests for a chance to win prizes and investigate the latest updates on betting odds. The Kansas City Chiefs football season is right around the corner. And right now, FanDuel has the Chiefs as a 2.5-point favorite over the Denver Broncos on Monday Night Football for Week 1 on September 14th at 7:15 p.m. The reason I know that is because I'm looking at it on the One mobile app. You can too if you go download it today. That being said, let's go ahead and go on to talk about the final game of the first half for the Cardinals. It was right-hander Dustin May going up against an opener for the Braves, lefty Danny Young, and the end of the top of the first inning was quite entertaining with a terrific catch out in right field from Jordan Walker.
First inning, first and third, the pitch. A swing and a high fly ball down the right field line. It's in foul territory. Walker on the side track. He makes the catch and dives into the screen. He's able to hang on for out number 3.
Walker then drew a walk with 2 out and nobody on in bottom 1, setting up the table for first baseman Alec Burleson, who has had his fair share of struggles against left-handed pitching so far in 2026. How did that hold up here, though? You be the judge as Burley takes a big rip.
From the belt, checks out second, and pitches. A swing, and there's a drive. That's hit well to left field. Back to the wall. And that ball is off the wall. Burleson doubles in Walker. A wide turn at second for Burley as Dubon picks up the ball in short left field. Burleson signals to the Cardinal dugout, celebrating the RBI double, 1-0 with 2 down.
With the Cardinals back out on the field, May got a bit wild in the top of the second as he walked the bases loaded, and even though the Braves didn't get a hit, they did get a wild pitch that tied the game up at 1.
The 2-2 pitch. Inside, that gets away from Crooks coming down the line. Smith is going to score. We're tied at 1. The other runners advance. Riley to third, and Baldwin down to second base on the wild pitch.
2 innings later, Drake Baldwin delivered with a single to right fielder Jordan Walker with runners on first and second and 2 out. But Walker came up firing with a strike to the plate to nab the runner and keep the score knotted up at 1 momentarily until after a Braves challenge, Atlanta got the run and the lead.
And here comes the 2-2 pitch, and that's hit hard into right field. Walker's going to get it on the run. We may have a play at the plate. Here's the throw to the plate. It's in time, and he's out at the plate. What a throw by Jordan Walker. A terrific throw. The Braves say, hold on a moment. We want to look at that. But a terrific throw. Crooks on the tag, and they do want to look at it.
After review, the runner's hand touched the plate before he was tagged. The call on the field is overturned. The runner is safe. Atlanta retains their challenge.
Well, there you have it. It is a base hit and an RBI by Drake Baldwin, and it's 2-1 Atlanta.
The Braves extended their lead with an RBI double in top 6 to go ahead 3-1, but then more successful 2-out hitting came to fruition for the Cardinals in the bottom half with a 2-run single from third baseman Jose Fermin to knot things up.
Dodd responsible for the other 2 runners. The 2-2 pitch. A swing and a line drive, base hit, right center field. Walker scores. Here comes Nootbaar with a tying run. The throw goes into second. We're tied at 3 on a clutch 2-out hit by Jose Fermin.
In top 9 with the score still tied at 3, Ozzie Albies doubled with 1 out, and then with 2 outs, a controversial hit by pitch allowed Michael Harris to reach.
The fans stand at Busch Stadium. The pitch on the way, up and in. And Harris says he was clipped by the pitch. And the home plate umpire now awards him first base, and time is called by Oliver Marmol.
Wait a minute. He's wondering, why didn't you call it? You can't let him call it, and that's what happened.
And they want to challenge that. They want to challenge home plate umpire Adam Beck on the decision to send Harris to first. Harris is the one who called the hit by pitch.
The dispute ultimately caused Cardinals manager Oli Marmol to start his All-Star break a bit early as he was ejected from the ballgame. The next batter, Mauricio Dubon, then gave the Braves the lead, courtesy of a throwing error from shortstop Mason Wynn.
0-2 on Mauricio Dubon with runners at first and third for the Braves. The pitch. A swing and a slowly hit ground ball to Mason Wynn. He throws to first. It's high and off the front of the dugout. The Braves take the lead. Wynn was going to have to hurry the throw, and I don't think he got a good grip on the baseball.
The Cardinals lost the game 4-3 in the next half inning.
The Cardinals are down to their last strike. Iglesias pitches, and there's a swing and a miss, and this ballgame has come to an end.
The Redbirds still won the series 2-1 over the Atlanta Braves and finished the first half with a record of 50-45. Third place in the National League Central Division, 8.5 games back from the first place Milwaukee Brewers. Just 1 game back from that last wild card spot, though, chasing the Miami Marlins as per the end of the first half. Let's move on to Monday, July 13th. 24-year-old Jordan Walker wins the home run derby in a hostile environment, receiving boos showering down upon him at Citizens Bank Park. All those Phillies fans seemed like they were rooting on Kyle Schwarber, the Philadelphia Philly himself. He was the favorite in many points during this derby, but Jordan Walker pulled off the come-from-behind victory. For context, you really have to go back to 2003 for this one. That's the last time the Cardinals had a participant in the home run derby. Albert Pujols, you might recognize that name. Walker was just 1 year old when that happened. And up until this victory, no Cardinal had ever won the home run derby. But it seemed like this was the right man for the job. When he was 6 years old, Jordan Walker hit a ball over the fence and into the parking lot where he hit his grandma's car. It seemed like he was just destined to do this from a very young age, but he was still a plucky upstart in this one. 49 career home runs going up against 372 career home runs for Kyle Schwarber in that final round. And he was down late, had just 5 home runs with 5 swings left, needed 11 to tie Schwarber, then had 8 home runs with just 1 swing left. But the catch is, if you hit a home run with 1 swing left, you keep going. That's precisely what Walker did. He finished the contest by homering on each of his last 6 swings, 47 swings in total on the evening, 31 home runs from Walker. I love his quote at the end, too, kind of throwing some shade to the Phillies fans. He says, quote, "I was once told you don't boo nobody, so it feels pretty good," unquote. That's Jordan Walker. There was some controversy that the last ball he hit wasn't a magenta T-Mobile sponsored ball, as the last swing pitches are supposed to be, but nevertheless, it went over the left field wall, and Walker was the champion. Derek Walker, his father, the MIT graduate, also had a great quote. Quote, "From early age, he always loved the game. He always loved to play baseball, loved to sleep with his glove. He always had a bat. We traveled with it all the time. He, ate, slept, thought baseball," unquote. Almost sounds like Ted Williams to me, somebody that's just always thinking about the game. That moves us on to Tuesday, July 14th, though, the All-Star Game. 3 participants for the Cardinals, one of which was outfielder Jordan Walker, as well as catcher/DH Ivan Herrera and pitcher Riley O'Brien. The only big fireworks that happened in this one, Riley O'Brien in his inning in the third hit Tampa Bay Rays infielder Junior Caminero, who had to exit the game due to an injury scare. He is okay now, though, and has returned to play in the second half. O'Brien finished that inning with a scoreless frame. Ivan Herrera and Jordan Walker both went 0 for 1 on the day as the American League won the contest 4-0. Don't forget that you can listen to every single Cardinals game right here on 102.1 The One, always the sure bet. You can also download the One mobile app from the App Store and visit our website, 1021theone.com. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's edition of the St. Louis Cardinals Weekly Recap. This is Maddux Radosevic signing off. Until next Saturday, so long.